With all this talk about Team of the Year, you guys probably aren't thinking about heroes anymore. Let me tell you though, they're going to be the cheapest way to build a top tier team. The prices of heroes are plummeting as people are trying to buy Team of the Year cards or buying packs with the coins that they get for selling the heroes. Heroes are solid, they have 4 or 5 synergy points, and this is my review of my 5 favorite heroes. We're going to start things off with Smexy Hexy, who I've used as a goalie for about half of the year until I switched to Brizgalov. And Hextall can steal games for you. That's why he's my favorite hero goalie. He'll make unbelievable saves and bail you out, especially on breakaways. And for the most part, he's consistent. I especially hate it when my opponent has a Hexy in net, because I know I'm going to have to work hard for those goals. Now, the reason why he's not my number 1 is because sometimes, like 1 in 10 games maybe, you'll play against someone that's not very good and they'll just shoot from anywhere and it just goes right by Hexy. So I didn't like games like those. I prefer games where I deserve to lose based on how I was playing. If I give my opponent like all the high scoring chances in the world, I deserve to lose. But with Hexy, you'll probably find that he's one of the best goalies in the game. As you can see, I'm not even playing in this game here, and he's still making some incredible saves that I absolutely did not expect. Hextall can be purchased for the price of $90K, which is significantly cheaper than when I bought him for $200K. So going over to his value, I think he's a 9 out of 10 for his value, since he's one of the best goalies in the game, and you can get him, well, not like cheap, but I think it's still cheaper than pretty much a lot of other goalies. So I kind of already explained to you guys what he's good at. I'm not really going to rate like his consistency or anything like that. But the other thing I want to talk about is his synergies. He's got 2 points in tape-to-tape and 2 points in shot blocking. And if you're comparing it to other goalies with 4 synergy points, at this point in the game, it's average, but at the same time, it's not like he has some like useless synergies like a movable object or something. While it could be better, you should still use Hexy despite not using synergies, not using these particular synergies. So I'll give him 6 out of 10 for his synergies. So next, let's move on over to my favorite defenseman in Larry Murphy. At least favorite hero defenseman. Maybe even favorite defenseman in the game. I'm not sure yet. Didn't think about that. Didn't think it that far. Watching this clip, you'd think that this is a forward going in on a breakaway. No, it is Larry Murphy, who I love to use when I'm breaking out and rushing into the offensive zone. To me, it's his speed that makes him stand out, along with his size, and you don't get that out of many hero defensemen. I find them all to be really slow, and that's tough because it could lead to a lot of breakaways going the other way. Of course, then you can't do all the offensive plays that I'm making with Murphy either. So while all the clips that I'm showing you guys are Murphy on offense, I mean, I thought he was still pretty damn good on defense. I guess I just didn't really have any clips of him on defense. Also, that was a sexy goal that he just scored right there. Going right through everybody with the windmill. Murphy can be purchased for the price of $175K, which is cheaper than it was before, but it could still be pretty expensive for a lot of people. Some people may not want to pay that much for a defender when you can pretty much just have any fast player back at the blue line. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 for his value because of that. Let's talk offense. You guys witnessed it. Murphy's got crazy high stats offensively. 95 shooting accuracy, 95 passing, 96 offensive awareness, 94-95 skating, 95 endurance allows him to stay on the ice longer. And it also allows him to skate between the offensive zone and the defensive zone however long he wants. I'm going to give his offense a 9 out of 10. Maybe he shouldn't replace one of your forwards, but he very easily could. Defensively, speed, size, poke checking, what's there not to love about Murphy? Correct answer is I don't think there is anything not to love about him. I think he's very underrated because not a lot of people talk about him in their like top 5 heroes list. Some do, but I feel like it's still not enough. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 defensively as well. His only cons, I would say, is I think his defensive awareness at 92 might be a little bit low for a top-tier defenseman. And then maybe his skating, which won't reach 99 unless you pretty much stack every skating synergy possible. Speaking of synergies, defensively responsible and OJ. Not exciting synergies, but at least he can pretty much activate him on his own. I think the point that I'm trying to make is that he doesn't need those synergies. He's fine without them. And then at the same time, they could have been something better. Though I guess it does help his defensive awareness being defensively responsible. Guess I didn't take that into consideration the first time. But OJ is kind of ugly because everyone else has it. So I'm giving his synergies a 4 out of 10. Probably would have been 3 out of 10, but he does have 5 synergy points, which is a bonus. Next, let's talk about Blakey Boy, and I did not hop on the Blake train until maybe 2 or 3 months after I started building a squad. His stats are very similar to Murphy offensively, yet I feel like he's a lot slower. It could have something to do with his size. He is 2 inches bigger, larger, taller, that's the one. And he also weighs 15 pounds more than Murphy, but it is very much noticeable. While you can be sneaky with him off the rush like I am with Cam Neely, Blake is really effective when he's in the offensive zone and you're cycling the puck and then you can rip a slap shot. What I just did there counts as a slap shot, right? I don't know why I was that deep in with him. I converted, that's all that matters. Blake's also a heavy hitter, hence his synergy, and hence he just made that hit. This next clip's all about the slap shot. Like I said, cycling the puck here, I'm going to give it to him, and he's going to let it rip. Okay, I kind of didn't score, but I still thought that was a very powerful shot. Technically, I score here, so I think he got an assist off of that shot, so it's okay. Okay, wait, no, maybe he didn't get the assist. Okay, he got an assist in our hearts. If you take skating out of the equation, Blake is better than Murphy defensively, but that's only if you take skating out of the equation. But then again, if you use raw stats, then I guess he still is better. Here I am chugging along on a breakaway with Blake. How does that happen? Blake's price seems to be at about $175K. And I think that's still pretty good value for him. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 for his value, but if you can pick him up for maybe less than $150K, you better hop on that. You better just do it. Don't even think about it. Offensively, when he's in the zone, he's in the zone. In the offensive zone, he'll be in the zone. When he's not, I would not really push up with him other than on that one breakaway I did. ADA deking, keep that in mind. He's not going to hold on to the puck when you deke. Or he will, he just may not do it consistently as top cards. So offensively, he's also going to get an 8 out of 10 there. So if we don't look at the cycle game, he's going to be way better defensively. 96 defensive awareness, he's always going to be in the right places. My only concern is his discipline at 80. If you go for some hits, you may get some unwarranted penalties. So that is something to watch out for. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 for his defense. Finally, synergies. What's worse than Larry Murphy's synergies? Rob Blake's synergies. Heavy hitter is garbage, and shot blocking is okay. And then he also has 4 points in those synergies. So I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10 for his synergies. Next, let's move on over to Speedy McStevie. It's Steve Sullivan. He's Bure in the form of a hero, at least not to the Vancouver Canucks. You have Speedster activated, Team Wheel, and he's pretty much as good as Bure, just maybe not as good of a shot. And that's comparing it to the World Cup of Hockey Bure. And I absolutely love using Stevie. So much fun to use in all these clips where he just gets that explosion of speed. And he also has a cannon of a shot that you just don't expect coming out of a small dude like him. Though I guess Bure's also smaller and has even more of a cannon. Not the point again. Okay. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you had World Cup Hockey Bure, you probably want him instead of Sullivan. But Sullivan's cheaper, so there's that. This next one reminds me of Versteeg with the way that I was using Sullivan. Just cutting right through everybody. I don't hold on to the puck there, but then I am going along the boards and I'm doing these little circles, half circles going through people, and then the backward skating slap shot. Sullivan's one of the cheaper heroes that you can find on the auction house, where you could probably get him for about 100,000, which to me means that his value is a 9 out of 10. You know how I treat the top tier cards with their price. Offensively, he's like a Jet. No, wait, he's on Nashville, not Winnipeg. Oops. But he still has the speed of a Jet. His only drawback is that he's a small player, which means that he can get bumped off of the puck easily, and none of these stats can really describe that. So with that, he's going to get 1 point deducted from the perfect score with a 9 out of 10. Defense-wise, well, I can't say I've used Stevie on defense, but I like his poke check. Even though it's a 91, I still felt like it connected most of the time. But with his speed, he will always catch up to players trying to break away. A lot of people have reported that they had success with Stevie on defense, but I'm a little too scared to use him there just because of his size. I feel like he would lose a lot of puck battles, and it would be a little bit hard to block a shot with him. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for defense. Synergies. That 1 point in Speedster is all he needs to fly. 3 points in one-timer. Well, I didn't use it, but it could certainly be useful. Whoever wants to build that team synergy has to have Sullivan as a staple in their team. So I definitely like the fact that he's given 3 points to that team synergy. Because of that, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 for his synergy points. Probably the only thing that could have made it better is having 2 points in Speedster. That wouldn't have made him faster, but it would require less Speedsters to activate. Finally, my last favorite hero. This isn't in any order, by the way. I probably should have said that at the beginning of the video. It's my boy Lyndon, or I guess he can also be your boy too. It can just be like a family of fathers, you know, like 5,000 like fathers to our baby boy Lyndon. If you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. And Lyndon is the most versatile player that you can have. He's good on the dot, he's good as a winger, and you can even have him as a defender. He's got good stats, he's got team wheel points, he's large, and it all just makes him really fun to use. Like right here, I just get bumped off after this guy went for the hit, and I get my back skating slap shot again. You know what's going to happen here? Lindy is going to go 5-hole. Not right there. Not yet. Okay, hang on. We got to steal this puck back. Okay, going back. Boom! Didn't see that coming, did you? You probably did after I shot it the first time. And then, of course, we have Snipes going the other way. The way that matters. The way that is important. And he's about to go bar down on this fool. That's Lyndon, and he can be purchased for what looks like 175k, just like the defenders. And his value will depend on whether or not you want Team Wheel activated. Though if you bought him, you might as well activate Team Wheel because he's going to give you 2 points in that. Up until recently with the All-Star Game sets, he was the best like bang for your buck to try to get Team Wheel on your team. 2 points for a solid top tier player who bangs bodies with his body and bangs pucks with his stick. So his value is going to be an 8 out of 10. Offense-wise, big guy with a mean shot, dirty dangles, and has the speed and skating to match. Yeah, he's a great player to have offensively. He's going to get a 9 out of 10 for me offensively. Defensively, he's got 95 defensive awareness. That's pretty crazy for a forward. He's got very high discipline for having a big body and dishing out hits at 90. Great poke checking and shot blocking. He's going to get a perfect 10 out of 10 for defense, and it's why I recommend that if you need someone on the left side of your defenders, Lyndon can be your man. But of course, you don't want to pass him up as a center with 90 face-off rating. Finally, it's synergies. The Team Wheel is sexy. The OJ is not. And then he also has 4 points. But I think the Team Wheel sexiness kind of out-sexies the OJ's unsexiness. So I'll give him an above average score of 7 out of 10. That'll do it for this review and my 5 favorite heroes. I think the runners-up to my list would be Wilson, the defender, and Kolzig, the goalie, who were really good, just not better than these guys. Everyone else, there's something that I just didn't like about them, though it was usually their skating. With that said, that'll do it for these reviews. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Remember to pick up some of these heroes to compete against the rich folks that will be running Team of the Year cards. Other than that, let me know what you think of the video, let me know what you think of these heroes, and what you think about the heroes I did not mention. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys around.